Greetings, this is Fallon Heart. I have been playing a decent amount of Honkai Star Rail. I've not played any of the others. I've not played Genshin Impact or Honkai Impact? Is it called? I've not played them. This is the first one I've played, and I'm honestly really loving it. I was a bit at it at first. Like, the voice acting took a while to grow on me, and the story really didn't hit me until near the end of the first world. But man, when that boss music kicks in, and the wildfire song kicks in, whoi, that is one of the most enjoyable goddamn turn-based fights I've ever had in my life. Like, that is right up there with one of the final bosses from Bravely Default. Just that fucking music kicking in and just making this fight seem like the most epic thing in the goddamn world. Generally speaking, I really like the game, considering the fact that you don't really have to spend a dime. This is actually one of the most least money-grubby free experiences I've ever played, with the exception of Path of Exile. Like, Path of Exile will remain the champion of that for a long time, but there are microtransactions and things, and as you get further up in levels, you are more kind of like pushed into that in terms of the grind gets harder. But the game feels super casual so far. At no point have I felt like I need to. Like, AFK Arena, this is not, you know? So I'm enjoying it. And you guys know how critical I am at something like that. But we have characters. One of these characters, apparently I looked it up, they're called Links. So that instantly puts me off, because as a Brit, I can't hear the word Links without immediately thinking of the body spray, which is... ugh. Oh, I remember. A friend told me about that. That's a relative of Saval and, the Paladin dude. I'm terrible with names, so there's only a few that's kind of stuck with me in terms of names. So, we'll be going through, and I'm going to be giving my opinion. So the categories are full package. This is design, personality, and mechanics. Almost full package. It hits two of those, or nearly, you know, it almost gets there. They're good enough in those categories to hit that, but they're not quite the full package. S tier personality, they have a really good personality. That's kind of like why I like them, but mechanically or maybe design, they're not perfect. S tier design, same thing, but focusing mainly on the design. Like, I like the way they look. That's kind of it. I want to like them more. Like, I don't hate them, but there's something about them that kind of puts me off. I want to like them more. We have, I have no real strong feelings. Don't hate them. Don't love them. Don't like them. Don't dislike them. They're just there. We've got, like, no, I don't really want to use these guys, but if I am forced to use them, I'll use them. And then we've got worthless characters that are just, they have no redeeming qualities whatsoever. Don't care about the design. Don't care about the fucking personality. And the mechanics are shit. Now, this is not a power level tier list. Let's just put that out there. This is not a power level. I don't give a flying fuck which one of these characters are the best in any given situation or compared to in terms of combat. Because look, all that requires is mechanics to be put on top of a black blob. If mechanics are the only thing that matters, then personality doesn't matter, design doesn't matter. This entire list could just be a list of stat blocks with the designs being multiple colors of blobs. Because nothing else matters. No voice, no story, no design, no artistry, just full-on stat blocks. If you want that, there's plenty of other things out there like that. That's not what this is. That is the least important thing for me, which is why S tier stuff, it's not even on here, right? Because, yeah. Anyway, so that's how we're going to do it. So we're going to start off with the super serious child dude. I don't even know how old he is. Arian? I don't care. I just don't care. He has had zero impact on me whatsoever. He is a soldier kind of character that kind of follows orders, is very by the book, looks like a kid. By that same token, I've tried to use her. She got replaced pretty quickly. I know she can be really good in certain situations, but her design doesn't impress me. Her character I find kind of boring. I know she can be a bit trollish, but she's just... nothing about her really impresses me. I've not used her in combat. I don't have her. I've not used her in combat, so I can't say. I know she's apparently very good, though she has been outclassed at this point mechanically. I want to like her more. My major problem with this shark, dragon, whatever, Balu, my major problem with her, she just looks like a kid. And I have a bias against kid characters. Always have, always will. She's cute. She's a little fucking shark dragon thing, but again, it is an example of the, I'm actually thousands of years old, I'm not a little child. Then please stop designing characters that look like children if they're billions of years old. It's not funny, it's not cute, it's just annoying. Please stop doing this. This is a Japanese trend that really fucking irritates me. I want to like her more because her theme is something I'd be all over if she was actually an adult. Not just her age, but if she was actually an adult. We've got the edgy boy. He's not out yet, and every single time he's on screen, the only thing I can think of is that dude from Overwatch going, die, die, die. Like Linkin Park, crawling in my skin. He's just an edgelord. That's all he is. His groat voice, his nothing cuts like Japanese steel. He's just a fucking edgelord. To be perfectly honest, Bronya, I think her name is. Let me check. Bronya. I love her personality. I'm a sucker for that kind of character. I love the whole warrior type that is kind of by the books, but she has to... She's lawful good, right? She's lawful good. She follows the law. She follows her principles. But sometimes what she's told kind of... I've been told to do this, but my orders don't quite sit well with me. And I think her next to Seely, like, they are a beautiful combination. I love the combination of brash, brutish, you know, just hot-headed versus cold, well, not cold, but cool, calculated, needing self-assurance. Like, she doesn't need self-assurance, but she needs self-assurance. So I feel as if they're the perfect yin-yang together. And because of that, actually, I'm gonna put her here as well, because I think they're a perfect combination. I think they're a beautiful combination. They're a nice yin-yang kind of, you know, they cover each other's weaknesses. They have strengths in areas the others don't. And I think they're great. Like, she is a very brash, kind of like, you know, typical barbarian warrior kind of personality. Fuck you, let's stop sitting around, let's do what's right, let's just charge in. She is chaotic good, right? Let's just fucking charge in, damn the consequences, damn anything, we've just got to do something now, fuck you, fuck everyone. And then we've got Bronya, who is like, no, we've got to do this by the book, we've got to be reasonable, we've got to be collected, we've got to do the right thing. But we're not going to be a wild animal about it. Like, I think they're a beautiful combination together. I tell you what surprised me, because I've got a second account now, and I got her in my American account. You know me saying I don't like kids? I really, really like Clara. And that surprised me. I thought she'd annoy the piss out of me. Because little kid, especially innocent little kid characters, actually just little kid characters in general, innocent little kid characters, cocky little kid characters, just whingy little kid characters in general just annoy the shit out of me, generally speaking. I really like Bronya. Clara. She's the closest thing to kind of like your typical ranger kind of character in this game, but because it's sci-fi, instead of having a connection with animals, she has a connection with robots. She's this little technological prodigy. and she just, despite this being a very cerebral kind of like intelligent craft, she's incredibly driven by her heart. And her mixed with Svarog, who Svarog in itself is a beautiful fucking design. I really like her like the way she plays. She's all about essentially parrying once she gets hit, or not parrying but retaliation. When she's about to get hit, Svarog comes up and fucking fires a laser, and she's basically a DPS tank mix. It's weird, but it works. This is not the first time we've had this kind of trope of the little character and the big character, but it's rare that it's kind of like rolled into one so well. I think Svarog mixed with her, like her bringing out Svarog's soft side, even if he's an entirely logical being, there's something about her that brings out the humanity in him, and she's just cute. She's just cute, she's just heartwarming, she's trying her best. I don't think I've ever, or at least not very often, seen a child character done in a way where I don't want to choke them. I don't like children in real life. I put up with them. And I don't like children in video games because they tend to be children in real life but worse. But I really like her. The only way for me to like her better, honestly, the only reason she's not in full package is because she's not an adult. She's a kid. If she wasn't a kid and she was maybe like a young teen or early 20s person at the very least, I'd probably like her a lot more. Yeah, I'm ageist. I don't like kids. Dan Heng. He's going up here as well. I am a sucker for his personality type. I am a big fan of the... Like, here we have the Edgelord, right? His entire thing is he's trying so hard to be badass that he actually just comes across as cringy. Dan Heng actually is a badass. He doesn't have to brag. He doesn't have to hold himself in a "I'm so dangerous, ask me about my backstory" kind of way. You know, he's like Bronya actually. He's professional. He's capable, but unlike Bronya, there is an obvious warmth behind his eyes. Like there's a real warmth behind Dan Heng. Like you can tell he's a really kind, caring, empathetic person. For Bronya, once she that only really shows up once she drops her godswoman personality. But for Dan Heng, you can see it right from the get-go. He is a warm person. You know, he doesn't have to act all high energy and bright and shiny. He doesn't have to smile 24/7 or crack jokes. But you can tell he's a warm person. You can tell he enjoys his experience with the rest of the Trailblazers. You can tell he's found a family here that he cares about. But he's just this withdrawn personality. He's withdrawn. He needs his own space. And honestly, I think I like him because I see a bit of myself in him. You may not know it from YouTube, but if you meet me in person and I don't know you personally, I'm kind of like that. I'm very withdrawn. I'm very guarded, but there's still a warmth there. If you talk to me, you'll notice it. And I think that's why I like him so much. I just think he's a really cool character. The only reason he doesn't hit full package for me is because he's a DPS, a 4-star DPS, and he just he fell off for me very, very quickly. In fact, I barely used him in my first playthrough. I'm using him more in my American playthrough, but there are just better DPS that gets their special buffing. Like, quite a few times with him, I've had to heal him with Natasha just to get the buffing activated so he can do more damage. So mechanically, he's kind of a pain in the ass as well. He doesn't hit that level. But I do really fucking like him. I'm gonna struggle with this. I want to put him up here, to be honest. But no, I'm going to put him up here. I'm going to drop a little bit of the design elements. This guy is really cool. He actually has a lot of elements of his sister not his sister. He has a lot of elements of Bronya. He's got that very God's personality, professional, but he's also got a lot of Dan Hong's personality. He is... But I don't think he's an intelligent. He's not a very intelligent person. He kind of learns emotional intelligence as it goes on, but I don't think he's inherently a very intelligent person, whereas Dan Hong, I think, is. So he kind of fumbles a lot at this. He also just comes across as younger in general. I don't know whether that's true, but he does come across as younger in general, just kind of naive. But he has that same draw to him as Dan Hong, right? Where he's not jumping up and down, he's not high energy, he's not bright smiles all the time, but there is a warmth there. And occasionally you will see these smiles come up. There is a warmth here, that he does care about the people around him, genuinely. He's just not kind of overly brash about it, you know what I mean? On top of that, I really want him. Out of all the characters in the game so far, he's the one I really want, because if I got him, I would be unstoppable. That he, like him mixed with Silverwolf, Laucha, and the Ice Boy, I forget his name, like, I would be fucking unstoppable. I need them. But, yeah, I've not got him yet. But mechanically, he's fucking incredible. The only place he kind of fails for me, personally, is his design. And it's purely because, A, he doesn't have a beard, B, he has short hair, and C, he's blonde. Neither of these are choices that I would personally choose for a guy. But I'm going to drop that because everything else about him is kind of perfect. And I think removing him from almost full package because he doesn't have a beard and he's blonde and has short hair is fucking petty. So I think he deserves the full package. He's very, very good. We're going to drop her down in worthless. She is terrible mechanically. She is a fucking grating personality. And I really don't like her design. There's nothing about her worthwhile. This is to piss people off. I don't care about mummies. I don't care about mummies. She does nothing for me. She has an okay... And the fact that she's a ginger as well makes this more painful, because I love ginger her, man. But her personality is kind of... It's not bad. It's just dull. She's just kind of there. Like, there's an element of warmth, there's an element of cockiness, but it's just so understated that and not mixed with anything else, that she just feels kind of robotic, to be honest. And I know I've just been praising Dan Hong and Gaspard for being kind of withdrawn, Bronya as well, but they mix it with other elements. Like, they have like something inside them, and ironically, considering the fact that she's a fire character, she has like no fire in her whatsoever. She's just kind of there. She feels more like the tour guide than anything. On top of that, she's just useless. She is like the worst 5-star. I got her as my 5-star, and I was just not impressed. I ended up just dropping her, and I've not used her. I used 4 stars over her. Although that shouldn't happen. She's just... She's just not very good. She's not very good mechanically. I don't really care about her personality. Her design is okay, but I think I'd probably like her a little bit more if I didn't know how popular she was, and the fact that everybody who likes her, it's just, "Mommy, mommy, mommy, step on me, mommy." It's just mummy kinks, and it's just like, I want to like her more, but I am surprised by how much Hook grew on me. I'm using her in my American account, but she's still a kid, and it's gonna grate on me, and it's just something so fucking weird about, I've got my full team of competent people. It's like, okay, she's there and she's a kid, but she's with Sparrog, so it kind of balances out, but she's just a kid, and having this dopey little kid, like, fucking Sonic on this metal thing into an enemy, explode and go, ah! It's just kind of... Any tension in any fight goes out the window because she's there. And it's just like... She's surprisingly cute for a kid. And she does that personal quest where you buy her something that got rid of... She buys something for her dad, and her dad buys something for her, but each of each other's gifts requires the thing that they had to get rid of in order to appreciate it, if you know what I mean. It's that trope, it's that storyline. I don't know where it originates from. I saw it a billion times in kids' cartoons growing up. It's a very tried and true, it's a classic tale, but we've all seen it before. But she's a kid. I want to like it more, and I can't get past that. Again, if she was older, she would probably be maybe here. She'd probably be here or here, but it's purely because she's a kid, and I just can't get past that. Like, I like her more now with using her than I did beforehand, but from just because to be honest, if it was just dialogue, she'd be here, about there. If it was just dialogue, but because I've actually used her, she's about here. But yeah. This dude has S tier mechanics. I don't think I've used anyone quite as much as I've used him in terms of like hirelings, from like friends and random people. His design is really cool. I don't really care about his personality, so I think I'm gonna put him here. He's amazing mechanically, but that's kind of why I use him. I don't have him personally, but he is the one I've hired the most, and in the things you tend to use hirelings for, he's fucking amazing at. Whether they have weaknesses or not, he's incredible. But this is I'm purely speaking about mechanics. The story has not progressed far enough for me to kind of really say much. Like, they're still working on the game, so the story itself has not progressed far enough for me to really have much more of an opinion on him that way. And as it stands, you can tell that there's something going on with him. He's not being entirely honest, but again, he's just kind of there. His design is cool. That's kind of it. Ooh, kind of in the same vein actually. Luaucha, if we're talking mechanics, would be right at the top here. You would not stop him. This is the first special banner that has existed since I've been playing where I'm like, I fucking need this character. This isn't a want. This is a requirement. For me to continue playing this game, I need to have this character because he's a healer. And he's a fucking incredible healer. Because prior, the only healer we had was Natasha here, right? So, I needed this character because not only is he a healer, but he is a passive healer. And he can do decent damage. He's really fucking cool. He's really, really fucking cool, and his mechanics are great. However, personality just kind of... There's a little bit of impishness there. He's probably a bit devious. There's something going on with him. We're not entirely sure. But mechanically, he's mainly there for mechanics. He's mainly there for mechanics. I like his design more than I like that dude, so I'm going to put him in design, because I actually do really like his design. No, actually, I'm going to put him ahead. I really like his design. I don't have a mechanics category. I kind of should do, thinking about it now, which would be under design. But really, if a character comes up where it's like, I don't think their design are amazing, I use them purely for mechanics, which I don't think exists just yet. Then yeah, I'd put one between would want to like more and S tier mechanics, right? But as it stands, both of these guys are incredible mechanic wise, especially Luaucha. But like their personality and their like it doesn't quite work for me, so it's mainly just their design, which I do really like their design as well. Ooh, I feel like this may irritate people. I don't like much. And I've found myself liking her less and less as the day has gone on. She's just irritating. Wow, I'm a bubbly idiot. That's all she is. Mechanically, she's amazing early on. She's an outright requirement. But as soon as you get any form of defensive unit whatsoever, kick her out. Because she's pointless. She does no damage. Her defensive shield has a second effect of increasing aggro, so you can't really use it to protect somebody that's vulnerable. You can just shove it on the person you want to be your tank, but if you're using her, you don't really have a tank, so it's kind of pointless. And I find her personality to be grating, and I find her design to be just generic as fuck. She is the quintessential bubbly girl next door character. A lot of anime, especially school kind of anime or action anime, has the bubbly girl character, and she's really annoying. Wow, I'm gonna say something insensitive or extremely stupid. Whoa, that's my personality. I'm an idiot. That's it. That's all she is. She's dumb. Tell you what, who isn't dumb, however. Oh, you know what? No, I'm gonna put her in the full package. The only reason I question that for a second is because Luoucher exists, right? He is the best healer in the game, bar none. She is the only other, like, she's also a healer, but I don't think the healing, like, her healing is not reliable, something like that. But she's also the healer in the game. And for most people, unless you've got Luoucher, you will be using her, right? She is the full package. Her design is fantastic. I thought I wouldn't like her first due to that stupid, like, hey, I'll be your doctor kind of advert that you'll see on YouTube and whatnot. Hi, I'm an underworld doctor. And they got the angles. Everything about it is just to sell that kind of thing. But I love her design. I adore her personality. I love her personal quests. And mechanically, she's fucking necessary up until the point where you get Luoucher. But even then, you need 2 teams for some of the content. So if you want another healer, there she is. She is the full package. Her design is perfect. Her personality is perfect. Her mechanics are basically fucking perfect. She is fantastic. I love her. She is fantastic. She really grew on me as it went on. This is someone who would have ended up with meh. But, I grew to quite like her, but I want to like her more. The only reason she's there is because of mechanics. I've currently used her in my main team. She's one of my level 70s right now. I'm in the 70s now. Let me check. I've got it open. Yes, she's one of my 70s right now. I've only got 4 70s, and she's one of them. She works really well with my boy, my major DPS, my best character. We'll get into that later. So that's why she's there, and she really grew on me. The museum quest, she grew on me more through that as well. But ultimately speaking, she's a Twilight Sparkle character, right? She's a little bit serious. She's very studious. And that's kind of it. Like, if you put her and Twilight Sparkle from My Little Pony in the same room, it's like, it's the same character. The only thing that's different is design, right? And I kind of want to like her more, but if she was on her own, I'd love her, but in comparison to all these other characters, she just kind of blends into the background. She doesn't really stand out to me. So, yeah. Oh. She is annoying. She's just annoying. I've actually got rolling for the voucher. I ended up having a 6 ed along, like a 6. Basically, I've ended up getting her 7. I've had her 8 times, because I know I got her once where I didn't even add that. So I've had her 8 times in total. Yeah, she is a gambling addict, fucking lazy, constantly looking for an excuse to not do something kind of character. I really don't like her. And I've got an advertisement that for some reason it just popped up in my fucking face. Why are you here? Fuck off. I've got a thing that updates my, oh, wow, that's really annoying. How the fuck do I, never mind, I'm just gonna ignore it. So yeah, she's just annoying. Don't like her, which is a shame because she has my favorite colors right there. She's got nice brown. Her eyes are lovely green. She's got green in her armor. I really like her color palette, but no, she just annoys the shit out of me. Starting off, I really like Sampo, but as it's gone on, he's about here. He annoyed me more as the series went on, especially once I stopped using him as a character. He was one of my major players early, because I got him as an early role, and he was one of my major guys really early on. But as time went on, his personality started to grate on me a little bit. But I think he's going to be one of these ones that actually comes up here later on. As the story progresses, I think I'm going to end up really fucking liking him and find him to be a really fun character. But as it stands right now, he's here. But I think that will change over time. Silver Wolf, I like her design more than the others. She's great mechanically. Personality, slightly. Not enough for it to be a problem, but slightly grating. She's like, wow, I'm a gamer, high score, must get all the achievements, yeah, hey fellow gamers, like she's one of them. She's kind of annoying. Design I really like. I think she's got one of the coolest designs in the game. I just wish she looked a little bit older. This is a common complaint with me with Japanese media in general, to be perfectly honest. I wish she looked a little bit older, but I like her design. She's great mechanically. But, no. I loved Sushang. Like, she was one of my go-tos for a certain period of time, up until the point where I got a replacement for her. She is a fantastic character. Like, she's just super fun to use in-game. So, she's not staying there, but we're putting her for now. She's a super fantastic character to use in-game. I love her animations. I love her, like, big fucking sword that she charges in, almost fucking hard to carry it. She's got a lot of personality in terms of her mechanical kind of, like, animations. But when you actually meet her in-game, she's kind of annoying. So, again, I want to like her more, because I like her design, and I enjoyed her mechanically, but mechanically she's not great. She's not like the other ones. Like, mechanically she's not great. I like her design, but I don't like her design like I like these guys. And her personal, she's just like, she's young, naive, and overly enthusiastic. And she can kinda, she does make up for the enthusiasm, but she's also kind of a ditz for anything that isn't combat. So she's a lot like March, just nowhere near as bad. So I find her kind of annoying. I'm gonna swap that like that. Yeah. No. Sampo's got more going on for him. I'm gonna leave it like that. Kafka. This one is going straight into the design. Her design is the coolest in game. Her outfit is the coolest in game. She looks like a fucking badass. Let's just get that out of the way. Nothing else hits me. I don't know about mechanics yet because I've not used her in game, although I am going to be planning on rolling on her because not only does she, but all the other 4-stars in that banner are 4 stars I would want to use. I will get upgrades for, so I'll be rolling on it. But her design is perfection. She has one of the coolest outfits in the game. Her design is gorgeous, but her personality is just kind of too up in the earth. I like, a friend of mine thinks she's going to end up being the good guy. Like, she's actually working, she's working for the greater good in the long term, and I mean that legitimately, not the greater good. Stop saying that kind of like hot fuzz way. But no, like, her team is genuinely working for the greater good. It's just because there are a bunch of kind of annoying edgelords that people assume that they're the bad guys. but really they're actually working for the good side. That's what he assumes, and I kind of agree with him. But as it stands, she's just kind of condescending, and her consistently cocky expression and her consistently cocky voice rubs me the wrong way. Again, I'm not a mummy guy. I don't want somebody to step on me. So Kafka's kind of like kink niche doesn't do anything for me. But as a design, she's fucking incredible. Like, one of the coolest fucking designs in the game. I just like how we got, like... She's the closest thing to kind of, like, a biker character in the game so far. I think that's why I like her. That's kind of it. There's nothing really else going for her. Just that. Right, we have my favorite character in the game, Saval. The only thing I would change about her is I would make her non-blonde. Any other hair color will do. Brown, white... fucking black, ginger preferably, blonde, no. However, outside of Kafka, her design is perfection. It reminds me of Yuna from Final Fantasy X-2. Just far more awesome. She looks a lot like Avril Lavigne. I'm a big fan of Avril Lavigne's music. She's a rock star. Mechanically, she's a lot of fun, especially early game. She can kind of drop off depending, but she is like still mechanically one of my favorite characters to use. I love her animations. I love her voice acting. I love her personality. I love her personal quest. Everything about her is pure perfection, and quite frankly, her voice actor, like her voice actor is one of the best in the game. I was just doing her personal quest recently, and I almost fell into tears. Like, her voice actress does such a fucking good job. Serval is an incredible design. She's really fun mechanically. She's got a perfect personality. Everything about her is perfect. The only thing I would change would be some personal taste nitpicks, and that is it. I fucking love her. She's like my main waifu in this game. Speaking of waifus, Kinyon. Sorry, Kafka, but personal taste goes ahead. She's a fox girl. She's a brown fox girl. We don't see many of those. They're usually white or ginger. It's mostly white. That's cool. Her personality in the questline is kind of boring as shit. Like, for a fox girl, why the fuck did you make basically a kitsune boring? What? You've made a kitsune boring? What? She's boring. And unfortunately, mechanically, I really tried to use her. I tried to use her so much. I tried to incorporate her in my main group. In fact, she did replace Saval for me for a little bit. I really tried to incorporate her, but she keeps getting targeted. You could have Gaspode, whatever his fucking name is, the paladin dude. You could have like an entire list of paladins in all, like, defensive units in all the right places, right? All the right places. And you could have all the taunting buffs on one of these defensive characters, so the enemy, and they'd still attack her. They'd ignore all the other characters with on paper higher taunt, and they'd still attack her. And the fact that she doesn't really have the defenses to deal with that doesn't help. So at a certain point in the game, she's just going to die, because everything is going to target her. And the other fox girl in the game has the same fucking problem. I guess everyone wants to smash the fox girls. We've established this. I don't blame them. So do I. But Jesus. Speaking of this fox girl, I really want to like her more. But she's worse than Tinyun. Her personality is fucking wooden. Mechanically, she's more annoying to use. But worse than that, her design fails. Like, she has green hair, dude. She would be here. And it's not bright fucking neon green. It's this beautiful, like, teal moss green. But her tail is white. And it's so fucking weird. She has this green hair and her tail is white. I mean, she's got white tops. If you want to make it green and white, sure. Ideally, green with a white bit at the end. Great. She would be here. Right in front. But especially since she's an archer as well, and I like that aesthetic far more than I do some fucking geisha girl. But she's just... The white mixed with the green just looks dumb. It makes it look like part of her is fake, like she's wearing a wig or she's not actually a fox girl and it's just part of her outfit. Teen Yulin looks legit. She doesn't. I really want to like her more. Purely because her design themes fit my taste so perfectly, but fuck, dude. That one thing just bugs me too much. Main character female. I'm gonna say S tier personality because you play her. I'm gonna say the same thing with the guy. The combat animations for the destruction version are way better on the guy. Way better on the guy. The facial animations are also, I think, far more noticeable on the guy. However, the preservation version overall is just better. However, I am going to give the edge to the guy. I know this is a personality ranking thing, but I am going to give the edge over to the guy purely because his animations just tend to be better. The only thing he falters on is I think he uses the exact same face as Dan Heng. You play him, and you look at Dan Heng's face and his face at the same time, and they look identical. I don't know whether this is true or not, but they look identical. The eye shape, the face shape, just the character's expressions in general looks fucking identical to Dan Heng. And this isn't as noticeable with the female character. Whether or not the female character uses the same face as March, I don't think she does. Which is why the female character kind of stands out a little bit more. Like when you play the male character, it does look more repetitive because of Dan Heng being there and a lot of the cutscenes, but which isn't a problem with the female character. But the male character is just in general has better animations, both in dialogue and in combat, which is why he gets the edge. But I'm playing as the female character because of course I am. Most people are. Welt is great. Welt, I'm gonna put. I'm going to put Welt on top. Welt gives me serious Giles from Buffy the Vampire Slayer vibes. He seems... Are you noticing a theme here? He seems calm and collected, but it also seems like there's a lot of bullshit in his past. Again, like Giles from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, he has his Ripper past, and it wouldn't surprise me if Welt has a similar past. He seems like an incredibly intelligent professional person who has a bit of a dark side underneath, or at least has some tragedy behind him that just makes him far more interesting. He seems like a book that you just can't quite pry open. You can just read him by the cover. I really like him. I think he's a brilliant character, and mechanically he's fucking fantastic as well. He's one of the best in the game. I like his design because he kind of stands out because he doesn't look over the top. He fits in quite nicely. There's a little bit of style to him without it being kind of, you know, look how anime I am. He's the most, like, normal-looking guy in the bunch, and I like him. I think he very much grounds the Astral Express. I think mechanically he's fantastic. Personality, he's fantastic. And, yeah, I like his design. So he's the full package. Alright, if we're talking mechanically, right here. This dude has been my ace the entire fucking time. This dude has been my ace the entire fucking time. I love this guy. In terms of pure use, this dude is my favorite character. He does so much damage. This guy has basically carried me for half the game. I feel so fortunate to have rolled him because holy shit, he is good. He is fucking fantastic. Like the only characters that can kind of... Like, there are some of the more modern 5 stars that will probably outshine him, but seriously, he's fucking incredible. However, he looks like a little kid. Now, I think they're going to pull the I'm actually thousands of years old bullshit. But he looks like a little kid. He's a lot like Sushi down here. He's one of these kind of ones that really wants to prove himself, but he's a little bit more professional than that. Design doesn't really appeal to me. His character doesn't really appeal to me. It is purely mechanics why I like him, which is why I'm going to put him here. I want to like him more. I really want to like him more, and I'm hoping as the story progresses, we get to see more of him, and I get to like him more, but we'll see. But I really, really want to like him more, because I love him so much mechanically, but I just... No. No, I hate that character trope. Especially mixed with a little girl. Are you fucking serious? I can see the future! I am more intelligent and wise and far-seeing than anyone, though I look like a 5-year-old. I hate that trope so fucking much. Why do they always do that? Holy shit, I hate that trope. I hate it so fucking much. No, I'm not even going to go into it. Nothing about her appeals to me. Who the fuck is this? Do we know who this is? She looks familiar, but I don't know who that... Is it Bronya? Is it an upgraded... Because it looks like Bronya, but upgraded. Who the fuck is that? Is it her mother? Are we getting her mother? I have no idea who that is. And I can't find her on the list. Yeah, I have no idea who that is, so I'm not going to include her. No idea. It's not even on the upcoming list. Who the fuck is she? No, I don't know. She kind of reminds me of Seal, actually. Oh my god, do Bronya and Seal have a fucking combo? Do they fusion and become this badass? That's what it looks like, doesn't it? Fusion ha! That's what it looks like. Look at their eyes. It looks like she's got her eyes, her. Dude, they look like a combo. Are they got a fusion? No idea who that is. I have no idea who this is either. No idea who that is. Alright. We've got the girl from HoloLive. No idea who that is. We've got this dude down here. I've only ever seen him in the trailers. He looks like a brawler. And I'm gonna be honest, I've got a feeling he's gonna be another March. I've got a feeling he's gonna annoy the shit out of me. Yeah. And then we've got this dude. I mean, this is Dan Hong, his true form. So I've got a feeling he's gonna be about here for me. That's just a guess. That's just the guess. No idea who these are. No idea. I like the look of her though. All she makes me think of is that one HoloLive VTuber, the Phoenix. I don't watch HoloLive, so I don't know her name. That looks like a combination. And we've got another little kid character. So, yeah. I'm going to remove him from the list because we don't know what he's going to be. I'm going to add another category to the list. Add row below. It's going to be black. Ooh, God, wrong one. It's going to be black. And I'll say, oh, let's make it gray so people can see. No idea who they are / not enough info. There we are. And I'm just gonna judge. I'm gonna judge him by design. I'm gonna put her first because the idea of these two fusing is fucking amazing. I'm gonna put her just because I like the brown hair and the green color. Like, I like her general color palette. I'm gonna put the girl from HoloLive next. I'm gonna put him, and I'm gonna put the kid last. Although, if this kid is a relation of these two, then they're probably gonna be one of the few exceptions. But there we go. There's the final list, all nicely put together. I'm quite happy with that. Saval is without question my favorite character in the game. I love her. I think she's perfect. If there's any one of these characters I would actually want merch of, it would be her. I want a little figure of her somewhere. I don't know enough about him yet, but he's going to be Dan Hong, like, fully released. So you know he's going to be up there for me. It's like Dan Hong just like, this is my true form! It's like somebody with social anxiety finally showing themselves. They're like, ah, you're too much! Like, it's going to be that. But, yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I think that's spot on. Yeah. So we've got the characters too, I think, are like mechanically, personality, and design-wise, fantastic. The fact that I have 2 blondes up here is like surprising for me. I've got the characters that are almost the full package, just fail in some ways. For her, it's because she's a kid. For him, it's because mechanically he kind of falters. We got the S tier personalities. It's mainly their personality. I've either not used them in combat or don't really care about using them in combat, or the design isn't quite right. It's like, I would prefer a better design. Like, these designs are great. All of these designs are great, but none of them really speak to me like that. But it's because of their personality, they're so high up. We've got characters that are here purely because of their design, or because mechanically they're so good that I like them, which is why I don't want to like them more. So we've got the mechanical choices back here, going from best, least, like most like design to least like design, but I still love their designs. And then we got the character here that I'm probably going to end up using if I roll her. And then we've got the character right at the top that is really just here purely because of design. Kafka is the same thing, but she'll probably win mechanically as well. But here she is like purely design. We got the characters I want to like more for a variety of reasons. Her because she's a kid, her because she's a kid, her because like they could do so much more with her, but really her popularity seems to be big boobs and mummy. Her because like again they could do more with her. These two both have annoying aspects to their personality, but I like them mechanically, and I think I like them more as it goes on, or maybe less. She might go down here or here, we'll see. Same thing for him. I think he could go down or go up, it really depends. Her, I really want to like more for design reasons. I really want to like him more, but no. The tail puts me off. Him, I just fucking love mechanically, which is why I want to like him more, but it's just design-wise and personality-wise don't do it for me. I really want to like him more. These two just, I feel nothing towards. There's not a single thought towards these. And then we got negative here. March annoys me. She's just generic. I really don't like her. We've got the edgy boy, we've got the annoying lazy girl, and we've got a trope that I fucking despise. This person's useless, and everything about them, nothing about them I like. And then we've got characters I just don't know enough about. So yeah, there we go. I'm quite happy with that. Let me know yours down below. I'll link the thing in the video description. Bye for now.